What's up, YouTube? I'm David. I'm starting a YouTube channel right now. Basically, I'm a car guy. I've been into cars a long time. You might consider me a novice car collector. I have a very small collection. So right now, real quick, I'm just going to list my history of cars, the ones worth noting at least. Right out of high school, I got a 1993 Ford Taurus SHO, and that was my introduction into something fun to drive. And then I was driving that car down the street one day, and I saw a 2000 Ford Contour SVT with a for sale sign in the window, and I had to have it, so I did. I bought it. It was probably my favorite car I've ever owned. I had that car for 7 years, I think. Then I traded it for a used 2007 Ford Mustang, and that was my first Mustang, and that car was pretty cool, but it wasn't it. So I sold that, and I bought a 1990 Fox body. It had a Vortex supercharger putting out 507 horsepower to the rear wheels, and it was cool, but it wasn't perfect. It had issues I didn't want to get into, and so I sold it. And I didn't buy another car with that money. What I did buy was a Dyson vacuum cleaner, and that vacuum cleaner lasted me about 7 years before I had to replace it last fall. Yeah, so that's all I got. Had a Mustang, ended up with a vacuum cleaner. In 2017, I bought a 1966 Volkswagen Beetle, and so I tore it all apart, slammed it on the ground, put a new engine in it, replaced all the wiring and all the seals. After driving that for a little bit, the Mustang itch happened, and I wanted a Terminator. I got a black 2003 Terminator, just over 500 horsepower at the wheels, and that car was sweet, but it wasn't perfect, and I wanted perfect. And right when I sold that one, I decided to go all out on the Beetle. So I redid the interior. I got a new transmission for it. I got some stock smoothies and had them widened. And I ordered a Safari windshield from Loose Nuts. I decided to get airbags. Airbags are sweet. And now my Beetle is sitting at exactly how I wanted it. And I'm so happy with it. And it really makes me feel good knowing that people are getting punched just for me driving by. That's a good feeling, and I think about it a lot. Then in 2019, I bought an F-150 and put a 6-inch BDS lift on it with 20 by 12 wheels and 35s. So I saw a 2014 GT500 with 1,057 miles on it, and I was like, I guarantee that car is perfect. And I went, bought myself a 2014 GT500 with 1,000 miles on it and perfect condition. I don't want to drive this thing every day. This is a beautiful car. I don't want to bring it on the rain. I don't want to drive it on the highway. I don't want to drive it into parking lots where little kids get out of the front seat and smash their door into my car. What can I buy for a daily driver for a couple $1,000s that isn't boring and stupid and that I won't hate? What's better than going back to one of the most favorite cars I've ever owned? So I got it. 2000 Ford Contour SVT. I also have a 2020 Harley Davidson, and I just put a cam, an intake, and a tune and full exhaust on that right before I bought the Mustang. Coming up on my channel, what we're going to do is I got a VMP Stage 4 kit for the Mustang, which includes a pulley and an intake and an idler and a throttle body, and I got some wheels and tires coming for it, and I got a full quad tip catback. I have suspension parts I'm also going to install on it. I have suspension parts for my SVT that I'm going to install. I'm not going to spend any money on that car because it's just a daily driver with high miles. And then for my Beetle, there's really nothing to do that besides general maintenance. I got new wheels and tires for the GT500, so I definitely have to let the smoke out of the old ones because they only got 1,200 miles on them. Like it and subscribe it if you want from this video, but I doubt that'll happen. If you have any way you'd like to see this channel go, which you probably don't, comment it down in the bottom, and I'll definitely take that in consideration. I want to make this channel fun. I want to make it entertaining. And so if you have any suggestions on what I should do, let me know. See you guys in my next video. When you're driving down the highway, if there is no traffic in front of you and yes traffic behind you, you're doing something wrong.